Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am the Armed Stoic, and today I want to talk to you about a bit of a firearm haul I got. Guys, you've seen that I've got lots of firearm content, and I kind of wanted to show you what I picked up. I couldn't, there were deals. I couldn't basically jump away from these deals. I had to jump on them. These particular firearms are from Smith & Wesson. So I've got two Smith & Wessons that I picked up over the holiday season. I'm in the state of Maryland, so in the state of Maryland, it's a bit hard to pick up two firearms in a 30-day period unless you're a designated collector. As far as I know, they made the process a little bit easier now to go ahead and get taken care of. But without further ado, let's open up the first box. The Smith & Wesson SD9. This is a 9mm. Let's go ahead and obviously there's nothing in there. Let's go ahead and do a quick check. Nothing in there. This is a 9mm pistol, and you know the funny thing is, one of the reasons why I picked up this pistol was because I actually saw it on a YouTube video. I love YouTube University, guys, and many people call it the Budget King. It made several Budget King lists. Honestly, if you ask me, I think it's a Glock clone. I'm not really a fan of Glocks or plastic pistols. However, I am a firearm instructor, and I do plan on having my students learn on this because odds are that they're likely going to end up coming into contact with a type of Glock anyway. I mean, you can even see how the takedown mechanism is basically a Glock takedown mechanism. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe Smith & Wesson did run into a bit of a lawsuit about one of the older Glocks. So they have a history of copying Glock. But however, Smith & Wesson is American engineering, which is probably why it's up there in price compared to some of the other budget pistols. But I love the slide serrations on these guys. And then this is in the actual slide, obviously it slides metal, but I like the color scheme too. The color scheme is wild. It's beautiful. On top, they've got serrations here to help with some of the sunlight. If you look here, you'll notice how it kind of blocks the sunlight from coming through. The sights are going to be basically 3-dot sights. I know some people don't like 3-dot sights. I'm fine with them. I find with students, I think it kind of gets across the point of kind of where to aim. Again, for me, it's in my collection, but it's also going to be for students, even for my concealed carry classes. I like the size of it. It can just about fit in a large pocket, and it should be fairly easy to conceal. As you see, it's very thin in comparison to some of the full-size pistols. If you look at that trigger there, it actually has a little bit of it has that little trigger blade there too. Has that little trigger blade there, so it won't fire unless you're depressing that blade. And then you can hear that click. That click be too sure. That little click, guys. That plastic, when you shoot plastic, the whole thing vibrates. For me, it vibrates in this area here. Even with a magazine, even if it was full, you guys, you do Glock guys know what I mean. But like, it's something that I would have to get used to. I don't like that twisting motion that I feel it reverberating all the way through when I shoot it. But if you're in the Glock, if you're in the polymer pistols, this will be likely wonderful for you guys. It actually fits my hand here. I like that they have that little thing that they're calling a memory pad here. It's got it there, and it's also got it here as well. It also has a Picatinny rail, so you can put things like lights and lasers on here too. That is pretty nice. And again, for a budget pistol, you're not even talking about $500 here. It's actually less than $500. It's amazing. I think she'll run. I think she'll run all day, guys. The beaver tail's not too bad. You can get a nice high grip in it. You won't get slide bite on this guy. I do feel like I've had some family members try to give it a try, and they found it to be a bit hard to rack, but they do have a little bit of damage to some of their muscles in their arm. So for you guys who may have a bit of a challenge for like racking a slide, I would say that you might want to go for the, there's an Equalizer Easy, if I'm not mistaken. The Equalizer Easy is going to be better. It's part of the Easy platform that makes it a little bit easier to rack the slide back and forth. So for any of you folks who are slide strength challenged, I would say this is not the pistol for you because it is a little strong. And honestly, it was giving me a slight bit of issue when it was new, because there's actually a way to break in pistols without taking them to the range, and that required a lot of racking. And I was just surprised how strong the spring mechanism in this bad boy was. So that's this one. What else do I have to say about it? I think it's built well. Happy with it. I'm happy with the slide serrations that I'm happy with the grip here and I'm happy with the grip that they got in the back. Very, very deep grip, bitey. It actually doesn't flex when I really grip her. I feel like the flex is going to come in like when you fire it. It did come with just one magazine, and that is, if you look at the YouTube videos on this, a lot of people are upset with the one magazine. Where I am, I had to buy the 10 round magazines, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe you can easily get a 15 round magazine for this. So 15 rounds is quite something for a compact pistol like this. And also, look how easily it slides out. Like, it's not something that, even if you're gripping the hell out of it, you have to really grip the hell out of it for it to like get bound up there, you know? If you grip the hell out of it and really, that's how you're gonna, but if you just release a little bit, it comes out. So I like how quick reloads, it's something else. So very, very happy with this. I like the serrations in the front and the back, because obviously I wasn't really a big fan of sliding back and forth from the front until I saw just how great and deep these slide serrations are here. Let's go on to the second box. This pistol is the Smith Wesson CSX-E. So this is the enhanced version. And this one, again, I had to go with 10 rounds because of Maryland's round capacity. But if you were to buy it in other states, you're likely able to get this. Let's go ahead and check if it's clear. Yeah, definitely clear. This is something that you can, if you were to buy the CSX-E today in a different state, you would get this with a 12 and a 15 round magazine, and they actually have all the way up to 17. So you might get 3 if I'm not mistaken. A 12, 15, and 17 is what you would normally get. But because I'm in Maryland, I had to go with the 10 round compliant one. So it came with 2 10 round magazines. And it comes with a number of things that modify this firearm. So it actually may look a little bigger here in my hand, and that's because it has different grip modules. Yeah, this bad boy comes with grip modules. Like, this is a metal pistol, guys. Like, the top slide is obviously metal, but the bottom part, this part here, is actually aluminum. So it feels really good in hand. It doesn't do any of that flexing. And it's super smooth because you're basically running metal on metal. I love a metal gun. I personally carry a 1911 on me, and this has been called the mini 1911, the baby 1911. Now, is it a real 1911? No. This is not a double stack 1911, but for the price, under $700, this is like the closest you're gonna get before you have to rise up to, like, say, a staccato or something a little bit below a staccato, like a Springfield or something like that. So some people might say, go ahead and save the money and grab an actual Springfield, actually get the Springfield. But again, if you're a Smith & Wesson fan, under $700 for this. This is smaller than all those guns. This thing is more like the Kimber. Like, there's a competing Kimber, but the Kimber costs like $800-900. This is, again, under $700. So when it comes to budget and great American quality, you really can't beat Smith & Wesson for what they're offering. Then look at that, guys. Yes, that is a legit optics plate. Yes, you can run an optic on this firearm. Now, with the SD9, let's put them here for comparison. Actually, let's put them here for comparison so you can see size difference. See that size difference there? That size difference. So there is a difference in thickness, and both of these are designed to be concealed. I would more than wager that you're going to be able to conceal. You're going to be able to conceal this a lot easier than you could conceal the SD9. This is hammer fired again. Like I said, it's very similar to a 1911. And you might be wondering, why is it not a 1911? Well, number one, it's got grip modules. Again, these grip modules are plastic. However, the body that it snaps into, it's got these little weird snappy things, and it comes with a little bit of like a tool. That tool will allow it to snap in. And once it snaps in, you really can't take the module off until you flip it back up and then work the tool again. So it's got a number of these in here. There's even more grip modules. There's actually a thing in that. Now, when you do the grip module and you go for the full hand grip, that's what I've gone with, because if I didn't get the full hand grip, my pinky would actually be falling off the firearm. So I immediately had to put the biggest, largest size on here to be able to get more purchase and to get just to get more grip on it. It came with spacers, guys. Like, come on, this is an amazing feature here. It came with spacers. Now, I have seen videos that people complain about the older spacers and that they were falling off the firearm and such. For me, I believe in mine. I didn't even get the ones that they're getting. I try to insert a clip in here so you can see the ones that you're supposed to get. But honestly, because of my 10 rounder, I didn't even get the spacers. I got the things that actually connect and slide on the bottom. So this actually opens up here, and it lets you kind of take this and pull the bottoms off. So when they first come out of the box, they're flat like that. So when you put this big extension in, it goes from this all the way to something that can fit completely in this firearm. It goes all the way in. So this basically makes it mimic the 15 rounder and the 17 rounder, even though this is 10 rounds. It mimics it in size, so I can use the full size grip that's in here. So this is just amazing. I love modular systems, especially when the modular systems work. Now, I don't know if this is something that Smith & Wesson has updated, and that's why I didn't get the sleeves. That's it, the sleeves. People were talking badly about the sleeves. They kind of had a sleeve system, and the way the sleeve system would go in, it would go in and it would give you like more space for your fingers. I think people didn't like those. Those were falling off. So I got 2 of these that came with both of the magazines, even though I don't get my 10 magazines because of state restrictions. You know, when you get the 10 round magazine version, I got the 2 spacers. I had to, install it, but when it came, it was kind of like this, super flat to fit this smaller hand. So I'm very excited about it. Also, it does have a thumb safety. The thumb safety is basically ambidextrous. So you have it on both sides. You do get it on both sides. And it took a while to break this in. I'm hearing people complaining about this. So I'll let you see if you can see my hand. That's how much space I have with my hand. And I'm trying to get about a high enough grip as I possibly can. And I'm not able to get it to bite me right now. I'll do like a range day. Here you go. I'll do like a range day. You guys can tell me, but I can show you when I do my range day just how bad it is. Because for me, I cannot get it to touch me. Even though I'm racking the slide back and forth, I can't. It won't touch the top of my skin. So I'm lucky enough not to have hands that are like overly bulbous and like going all over the place. To be honest, one of my complaints that I have about this firearm that I haven't seen on anybody else's channel, it's actually the way the undercut is here. The undercut, when I get a really firm grip, the undercut actually seems to kind of ride and kind of almost cut into the under part of my finger. So I've heard of guys with other firearms, sometimes they mill this down. That is something I may think about. I may even think about putting some kind of like tape here to kind of soften this. It's just this trigger guard really like bites into the top of my fingers when I try to get a super high grip. I almost have to loosen my grip a little bit to kind of make it feel more comfortable. Again, the slide serrations are in the front, in the back. They're really nice. She runs just so smooth. Her trigger now. A lot of people want to know about this CSX-E's enhanced trigger. Now, since I didn't have the displeasure of kind of touching the original CSX, I am unsure how bad that was. But it does have a little bit of a blade here, a little bit of a blade, and that blade has to be actuated before it'll break. So for me, I'm finding it to be okay.
Low battery charge your phone.
So I'm very happy with it. I can't really say much bad about it so far, other than that little bit of thing where it's kind of biting my finger there. I can't wait to get this thing onto a range day for you guys. Please put down below. I really want to know, do you guys own these firearms? What are you thinking about the firearms that Smith & Wesson has been offering over the last couple of years? Because these 2 are enhanced versions of something that came out already. Many people are saying they should have made it right the first time. So you kind of have to look at it. Is it good or is it bad? Are they taking customer feedback and making a better firearm, or is it planned obsolescence? Like, are they trying to like put out something that's half thought out, half baked, in order to make more money? It's kind of weird because they're putting these companies into a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. I like to err on the side of maybe they just want to make a better firearm. Lastly, I will say that when you put a optic on this, you will have to lose your rear sight. Co-witnessing is going to be loose. So co-witnessing is going to be a thing that can only be done with optics that have a rear sight built into them. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Please stay tuned so that way you can catch me on my range day where I take these guns to the range, I break them in, and we talk about the pros and cons there. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.